warriors and healers. I wanted to show you one last breathing technique that I call the sip breath. Now that you know how to do the complete breath, we're just going to add some sips so we can keep working on building our lung capacity, the elasticity, and bringing more oxygen into our lungs. All right? And if this is too difficult or causes too much pain and you're still trying to work up to this, don't worry, I've got some modifications. So let's get started. All right, so come into a lying down position, and that's how I recommend you start this, because we want to be gentle on our lungs, we don't want to force anything, and we don't want to especially cause any increased pain if we have pain already in our lungs. And we want to make sure we're not tightening up our muscles in our shoulders or neck, which we can often do when we're trying to breathe, or especially shallow breathing. So now that you know the complete breath, we're going to take in a breath, nice and slowly inhaling through the nose, and then you're going to take two, maybe one if that works for you, breaths that are like little sips in through the mouth. If it feels too painful sipping in through the mouth, then just take little sips through the nose. Then we're going to pause and hold it for 3 seconds. And then we're going to just gently exhale out of the mouth like we've been doing, the nice slow exhales. All right? So watch me first and then you can give it a try. Okay? Breathing in. Breathing out. So remember that complete breath. Breathe in the belly, into the rib cage. Breathing all the way in. Taking a couple of sips. Breathe it in. See if you can even fill up to the collarbone. If that's comfortable for you. Pausing 3 seconds and then exhaling. All right? So let's give it a try together. We're going to breathe in. Take 2 sips in the nose or through the mouth. Pause. After the count of 3, gently exhale through the mouth. What can be helpful is placing your hand on the belly and also on the rib cage, making sure you're trying to get all that breath in, all that air in. Let's try again. One more time. Breathing in. Sip. Exhale after the pause. And then just going back to normal breathing. Taking a couple of regular breaths. And then you're going to let out an exhale, complete exhale, and then you can repeat again. And you can go in that cycle for maybe 2-3 times. If that feels too difficult or it's just not comfortable on your lungs, and you don't have to take that complete full breath. Just filling up the belly and the rib cage and then taking the sips. So you breathe in the belly, ribs, and then sip it in. Exhaling. So you can take small little breaths, maybe even for the count of 2, breathing in, then 1 or 2 sips, and through the nose may feel much more comfortable than sipping through the mouth, and then pausing and then exhaling for the count of 4. So that's one modification. The second modification can be a type of what I call box breathing. All right. So what is box breathing? Box breathing also can help with building that lung capacity where you're breathing in for a specific count, you're pausing for the same count, you exhale for the same count, and then you pause again for the same count. And I know some clients of mine use this just to help with anxiety, and it helps decrease the anxiety and helps them focus again. So I'll show you. I'm going to breathe with a count of 4, where you can start with a count of 2 if you want, work up to 4, work up to 6 even if you'd like, okay? And again, first you can try this lying down, because lying down is always easier than sitting up. So I'm going to go breathe in for the count of 4. Pause. Exhale for the count of 4. Pause. Okay? So you focus on the diaphragmatic breathing. If you want, you can focus on the complete breath, trying to fill up, that barrel, especially the belly, the diaphragmatic area, and trying to bring it up all the way into your chest if you'd like. Another trick is you can put the tongue on the roof of your mouth, and that kind of opens the airway. It feels a little easier to breathe that air in as you breathe in through your nose, okay? So let's try it together now. We're going to breathe in. Pause. Exhale for 4. Pause. And then you can repeat it if you like. The other reason why it's called box breathing is you can draw a box with each step. And what's great about doing that is when you feel like you have a lot of anxiety, it helps the mind get focused on something, not just the breathing, but you're focused on something external. Okay, so let's try that together. We're going to breathe again, in for 4, pause for 4, exhale for 4, and then hold for 4. And we're going to also use our finger, okay? So we're going to inhale for 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Pause, draw across that square, and then exhale for 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Pause for 4 as you complete your box. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, let's try that again to your own count, whether it's 2 or 4 or 6 or 3 or 5, and drawing that box. Focusing on your finger as you draw that imaginary box in the air. Okay? Here we go. And let's try one more time. How is that? It really does get you to stop any ruminating thoughts as you're really concentrating on drawing with your finger. And even imagine that you're drawing with color. Just imagine that it's real and you're creating this real color box outline. All right, so I hope that helps. And keep working on it, keep trying. You may not be ready for this right now. It took me several months before I didn't have enough, before my lung pain decreased, and I was able to really build over time the elasticity in my lungs, the ability to really get a more full breath and to even hold the breath long. But you don't have to hold for 4, you can hold for 2. All right? Take care, everybody.